This is our local repository, right? And we are on the master branch, right? We were talking about the concept of master branch. So coming to this master branch, this is the default branch. Whatever changes we make here were set to be in the master branch, right? So now let's suppose we want to create a branch. Like we have understood the importance of master branch yesterday, right? Let me give a quick recap of this branching feature in Git. Let us have a recap and we'll proceed. So this is your master branch. Okay. Master branch or the main branch or the default branch. So whatever changes you make here, till now we made some changes like file 1, file 2 and so on. So everything goes into master, but I want to create another branch which would be a copy of this master. So this is how you have a new branch, okay, B1 branch. And then you have something like let's say file 1, file 2 and so on, right? So here we are making some changes and here. So development is happening parallelly or simultaneously or continuously, right? This is how you have branching. Changes, development is happening parallelly, continuously and iteratively. So as of now, we have only one branch. Let's create another branches and see how this is going to work. So yeah, we already have a master branch. First, let's check the changes we have here. Git branch, only one branch we have, and check the log, git log one line. Git log means it will show the log of master. Obviously we are having 3 commits. Fine. So still problem in joining. Okay, so let's make a another branch. But before making a branch, I just want to have a simple log history and simple changes. Okay, I just want to keep it simple. So I just want to get rid of everything. I just want to have only one commit. Okay, how to do that? What if you want to discard all the changes, get rid of all the commit IDs? What do we do? Discard all the commit IDs. Of course, including the changes happened in those commit IDs. How to do that? How to discard the changes? Git reset, isn't it? Git reset hard. Just to make the log simple, I'm doing it. Okay, you can do branching at any point. Just to keep it simple, I'm just confining with the one log and one file. Or else let me put one more file, file2.txt. And let me add second file, file2.txt. Second file. Okay, so let's see the status. Right, so it's good. Just I'm having 2 commits, git log, 2 files and also 2 commit IDs. Okay, now let's create a branch. So how to create a branch from master? You could create from here, or else better we'll do it from VS Code editor. Okay, so that it would be more visible for you what changes are happening. Open our folder. This is the one. And launch bash terminal. Okay, it's fine. So yes, you can see here we are having one branch. Let's create a new branch. And also like the syntax to create a new branch is git branch. New branch name is, let's say, b1, and the parent branch name master. So a new branch called b1 will be created, which is an exact copy of the master branch. Exact copy means it includes all the commit IDs, it includes all the changes from the main branch. So you could see here git branch b1 master. So b1 might have been created, but you are still on master. But if you want to see the changes, see the new branch, you could do git branch. It will list all the branches. See, earlier it was listing only master, but now it was listing b1 as well. But you are still on master. How do you know? The star, the asterisk symbol shows you are on master. Not only that, here you can see also when you do status, you can see you are on branch master. Suppose I just want to switch the branch. Okay, so how to make the switch? Git branch, sorry, git checkout. I just want to switch to b1. So git checkout b1. So it says switch to branch b1. Here you can see the branch list. It shows you are on b1, means you are on b1 branch. Here also it shows you are on b1. Okay, so now whatever commands you run are all set to be on b1. Whatever log command you run, whatever commands you run are set to be on b1. That's all. See, here you can see it's on b1, means the log copied, ls also on b1, means when you switch the branch, whatever commands you run are set to be are impacting the b1 branch. That's all. Again, the same story, like you can create a file, add it, commit it, all of them happens on b1. Now we are on b1. Shall we create some files on this b1 branch? Yes. Yeah, let's create some files on this b1 branch. Okay, like as usual, like earlier we did, I'm creating a file 3.txt here. Okay, let me write something like this. File is created on b1. Okay, so now if you check the status, the same old story except the difference on branch b1. Fine, whether it is on branch b1 or whether it is on master branch, it is all fine. So now what you have to do, git add the file name. So then if you check the status, like I said, the same old story, changes to be committed. So commit the changes, git commit -m, let's say new file created or file added, whatever it is. So now if you check the status on branch b1, it is all clean. So you have 3 files and 3 commits. Do you think this third file is available on master now at this point? Is this third file available on master?
No, no.
Is this third commit available on master? Commit ID or file? Nothing, right? They're all confined to B1 branch. They are two parallel entities. They work only for B1 branch, isn't it? So suppose I want to just make them available on master. How to do that? Let's see. First go to master branch and see if we have this. If you run the log, it gives the log of the current branch. But if you want to check the log of any other branch, give the branch name. See? Master is having only 2 commit IDs, right? Anyway, if you want, you can switch the branch. How to switch the branch?
Git checkout. Git checkout.
Out master. So that's how you can switch the branch. Now, if you do ls, yes, you have only 2 files here, and also git log 1 line. Okay, only 2. So see here also you can see it was showing the files or content of master. Okay, perfect. So let's say, okay, we have done changes on B1. Okay, our original or the actual branch is master. I have used B1 like a draft, let's suppose. Means I have just made some changes on B1. If it is working fine, I want to put them back to master. How to put them back to master? Means what is this called as? I want to bring changes from B1 to master. Bring changes from B1 to master. How to integrate changes from one branch to another, isn't it? How do you integrate changes from one branch to the other branch? That's called integrating or merging the changes. So you have a command called git merge source branch name and the destination branch. What is meant by source branch? What is meant by source? From which branch you want to get the changes, right? That's a B1 here. Destination, into which branch you want to get the put the changes? Master, right? So git merge B1 master. So the third file, the third commit, whatever available on B1 will be available on master. That is called merging or integrating changes from one branch to the other. Do you see that? Updating some hash code, fast forward merge means yes, automatically it has merged. Now you can see three files. Also, you should be seeing the third log, third commit ID. Whereas this is the log of P1. Same commit ID copied, file copied, everything is perfect. Clear everyone, this is the concept of simple branching and merging. Any questions at this point? Anyone?
No.
So this is the concept of branching and merging. So now let's take up another scenario. Okay, this is my master branch. I'm making some changes here. File4.txt. I'm creating a new file. Okay, some changes I have placed. Now, like we know, let's add the file. Let's commit the file. Changes on master, some commit ID. So good. All the changes were added and committed on the master branch. Okay, there is a question from Amit. Merge will add only the file not available in master, or it will overwrite everything in master from B1. It will not override or it will not ignore, but it will integrate changes from the source to destination. Okay, it will not override. If from B1, if some changes are overwriting master, there's no point of using it, isn't it? It will inform in that case. In our scenario, which we did just now, there is no point of overwriting or ignoring, so it has automatically merged. But there is any point of overwriting or ignoring, what happens? That's what we are going to discuss now. Okay, so on master branch, I have created some file. Okay, I have created some changes. The fourth file and the fourth commit. Okay, let us make sure. Yes, we have the fourth file and we have the fourth commit. Do you think this fourth commit, fourth file are available on B1? Will they be available on B1? Definitely not.
No.
Parallel development is happening, right? So, okay, fine. I have made some changes on master. I'm done. I want to go to B1 branch. How to switch the branch?
Git checkout B1.
Git checkout B1. So switch to B1 branch. See here you can see only three files. Okay, on B1 we don't have fourth file. Okay, I'm working here for another requirement. I'm not bothered whether this is available there or not. I just want to create one more file here. As per the requirement, I need to put the same file name. Okay, now a new file created on B1 branch. Okay, so when we create any file, just add this file, git commit -m, right, done. So yes, if you see, yes, we have got the fourth file. Okay, we have got the fourth commit. Perfect. So like I said, let's say B1 is a temporary branch. Okay, maybe like a draft I'm using. Once changes are done, I just want to merge them to master. So let's merge the changes to master, means I just want all the changes should go into master branch. So let us merge it. How to do this?
First, go to master branch.
Yeah, check out. Please do maintain a lot of background sound. Please be quiet. Git check out master. Git checkout master, switch to master. Now git, sorry, ls. You have a fourth file here anyway. So I'm not bothered. I just want to merge. What is the command? Git merge b1 master. What happens now? Will it merge successfully? Can
Yes,
it
yes.
merge successfully? What happens now? Yes.
B1 changes gets to master branch.
Will there be any problem? Can it merge successfully? What happens now? Will there be any problem if I merge?
Yes.
So what is the problem? What happens now?
There is any same in the same file. No, you change here. Different matter is there. In the fourth file, B1 branch, different matter is there. If there is any in the same line, sometimes there is a conflicts happening.
Yeah, actually, see, we have got the changes, right? We have a file, the same file is having some changes, and we may get a problem. Let's see what happens. See, conflict. Merge conflict in file 4. Okay, auto merging fail. Automatically it cannot merge. Auto merging fail. You have to fix the conflict and commit the result. Why are we getting this conflict? Is it just because of the same file name? If you have same file name, will you get conflict always? What is happening at the back end? Generally, people think that okay, because it's the same file, you get a conflict. To some extent, it's correct, but not completely. Let's talk about now what happens at the back end and what is the reason for conflict so that you can resolve the conflict. Let us analyze the things what happened. Let us analyze all the steps that were happening. Initially, what happened? This is the master branch. Okay, this is the B1 branch. Listen carefully. This is the destination branch. This is the source branch. I would like to get the changes. First, what we did, I have created file 4 here, isn't it? Created file 4 here, added and committed. There was a commit made on this file called, let's say, commit A. Now tell me, is this commit A available on B1? Initially, do we have this commit A, the same commit ID do we have on B1? Definitely, we don't have that,
No.
right? Then we went to B1 branch, made some file, okay, file 4. Then now here I made some commit called commit B. Is this commit B available on destination? I mean, is it available on master, destination, or master, whatever?
No, no,
No. So
no.
now what are we doing? Then the third step is, this is the second step. 1 minute actually. This is the first step. Oh, okay, this is the first step, created a file. Second step is we have created a file on a B1 branch. Commit ID is B. Now I want to merge. Merge means integrate, bring the changes from source to destination. I just want to do the merge. So when you are merging, if you notice the log of file 4, you can also check the log of each file. What is the log history of file 4 on master? Simply commit A. What is the log history or commit history of file 4 on B1 branch? Commit B. So now imagine this box should come and sit into destination branch. That is the meaning of merge. Isn't it? Merge means bring the changes from B1 to destination. So this this box, let's say this is the snapshot of commit history of B1 branch. This should come and sit here. Does it mean that it should override the existing changes? Means it should override this commit A and put commit B only. If it does that, there is no point of using it. So it should not override. Does it mean that, okay, ignore B and put only A? Should it ignore this new changes and it should keep only A? That's called ignoring the new coming changes. Even Git cannot do that. So Git doesn't know what to do here. It's not a decision maker. It's after all a tool. Okay, as a person who created them, whether it is from developer or DevOps persons, whoever created should resolve this conflict and fix the result. Okay, that's what Git does. In the case of overwriting or in the case of ignoring, means it will not overwrite or it will not ignore, rather it will inform us. How it will inform us? In the form of a conflict. Now you have to resolve, fix the conflict. We'll see how to fix the conflict later. Now, yeah. So what is the reason now why we got a conflict? The reason for conflict is if source is missing some commits which are there on destination, then we get a conflict. See here, source means which branch? Please unmute and speak out. Source means which branch? B1 branch.
B1.
So source is missing commit. Which commit ID it is missing, which is there on destination? Source is
A.
missing commit A, exactly, commit A. So there was a conflict. Means imagine if this B1 branch has also got this commit A. Okay, already it has this. Now you made this commit B. Obviously, when you merge, there is no point of overwriting or ignoring, isn't it? This box will say comments. It means it need not overwrite A. Okay, it's not ignoring B, it's keeping both. So you don't get a conflict. Meaning it's not just simply the same file. Same file, and also sources missing some commits which are there on destination. Because take up one more scenario. Like we have some other files, right? File 1, file 2, file 1, file 2. So let's take file 1. Already there is commit here because I made a branch here. This commit is also available here on file 1. Take file 1 in our case. Commit A is here. Commit A is also here because I made a branch at this point. Then I made commit B. Now if you merge, you don't get a conflict even though file name is same. Am I making sense? Understood everyone? Am I making sense?
Can you repeat the last part?
Yeah, say if you take file 1 in our situation, in our case, file 1 is there on master, then we created branch B1. So file 1 is copied including all the commits of file 1, correct? So in that case, okay, commit A is there on file 1, that is also copied here because I made a branch here. So commit A is there. Then I made a new commit on B1, B. This is not on destination, but now if you merge, you don't get a conflict because this source is not missing any commits which are there on destination. Got it now?
Okay.
Yeah,
That
in
is
that case,
fast forward now.
yeah, automatic merge. That is what we did in the beginning.
Yeah,
No,
that
no,
is the
this is
fast
not.
forward much.
Need a new file. Same file, you don't get a conflict here. Fast forward merge happens here. Yes.
Okay.
Means it's not simply don't think that okay, file name you get a conflict. Like I already told you, Git doesn't work with respect to files or changes. It works with respect to commit IDs. Okay, file name, and also if source is missing some changes on the source is missing some commits which are there on destination, then you get a conflict. You could tweak this scenario in another way. Suppose the same file one, you may get conflict in another way. Like, see here carefully. Okay, file one is there. I made a branch. A is there, fine. But then let's suppose, okay, both are same, fine. Then let's say here some commit B is made. Will this be available here on B1? Because branch is made after A, so it's not there. Okay, perfect. We don't have this B here. Then I'll make a commit C here. Now I want to merge. Will I get a conflict or not? We'll get a
Yes.
conflict because source is missing this commit B. Understood. So it's not about files, or it's not about whether you make change before or later. It's about same file name plus source is missing any commits which are there on destination on that file. Then you get a conflict. Simple. There'll be a lot of confusion over this concept, but this is the summary or consolidated theory of why you get a commit. Why you get a conflict. Am I clear now?
Yes.
So yes, this is the reason. Now, yeah, but sometimes because if you don't know this, you wonder. Sometimes same file name you don't get a conflict, but sometimes file name you get a conflict. So this is the actual thing. Fine, okay, we got a conflict. How do you resolve the conflict? So open the file which you got a conflict. It shows actually this is the file. Okay, commits are missing on destination on this file. See, it is showing you contents of both. The file shows you contents of both. Here this side indicates changes from the current branch. This indicates changes from the source branch. Okay, you can edit the file like how you want it to be. You can keep the changes whatever you want. You can delete the changes whatever you want. Actually, by installing here in the VS Code editor, you have extensions. If you go here and if you search for some Git plugins, there were so many, extensions are like add-ons. Okay, there were so many extensions. If you install some good extension, it will help you in checking your Git status better. Okay, there were so many extensions available. Popular VS Code extension for Git project manager, Git history diff, if you want to see diff very clearly. So you have so many things, so many plugins, extensions. I'm installing this extension. If you install this, your VS Code editor may become heavy, but yeah, that help you to see these changes, resolve them and all. If you go to, it's installing, installed. Let's go to our Explorer now. Maybe we have to relaunch or yeah. See here, made the changes 3 seconds ago. You are the author, and it should also show you incoming changes and the current changes. It will show you here what are the incoming changes, what are the other changes. See, when you keep the cursor, it will show. It should show you in more detail. Just give me 1 second. Let me relaunch this. This shortcut refers have been changed. This is another importance of VS Code editor. Rather than using your text editors, if you use this editor, these are all the benefits you have. Similarly, you have extensions for Terraform projects, extensions for Kubernetes and so on. That will help you. It's not showing. Maybe some other plugin should help you. It's okay, let it be. Okay, I'll tell you another extension. There is a better extension which help you see all these things. It's okay for now. I'll tell you the extension later. Now, yeah, edit the file like how you want to keep it. Okay, remove unnecessary verbose. Okay, whatever changes you want, you edit like how you want it. Whether you want to keep both the lines or keep only one line, it's up to you, or else delete everything or keep something else other than this. It's up to you. You edit like how you want it to be. I just want both of them, so I have kept both the lines. So means file modification. So when file is modified, what do we do in Git? What should we do after modifying any file?
Add and commit.
Add and commit. So do the same. I can do it with a single line git commit -a -m file modified. Okay, so done. Now if you see the status, that's all. So it is all good now. This file is having four um, two lines. Git log one line. Okay, this is the one for modification. Okay, perfect. I mean, resolving the conflict. Perfect. So yes, this file is having two lines. What would be the content of B1 branch? What would be the content of this file 4 on B1 branch? Do you think it also has got two lines, or what would be the content of file 4 on B1?
Only one line.
Only it will have only one
Only
line,
one.
right? Because we merged on master, we didn't merge on B1. So B1 will have only its own changes. Just see that. Okay, now if you see B1, see it has got only its own changes because we merged on master, we didn't merge on B1, right? Okay, question from Surya Teja. In real time, who can solve the conflicts? In real practice, whoever get the conflicts should solve the conflicts. Meaning, as a demos person, you have your configuration files. You may be having conflicts. Anyone, whoever uses Git can get conflicts. Whoever gets conflicts should resolve them. Okay, and yeah, here one more thing is I got a conflict within my local repository. If you remember, we didn't go to remote it, isn't it? Did we go to remote? We didn't go to remote it. So it's a local repository. It's confined for myself. I got a conflict within my own repository. You may also get a conflict with others, isn't it? That's a more often like you get conflict with some other person. So there also the concept is same, means why you get a conflict, where like how you resolve it, everything is same. Then what is the difference? The difference would be the difference comes in resolving it. Means resolving process is also same, but here which changes to keep in this file on the master branch, we have edited the file, right? That the persons will discuss and decide the changes. Let's suppose I have got conflict with some other DevOps person. We sit together, we decide which changes to keep. Here, because it's my own changes, I'm a decision maker, right? Otherwise, the person with whom you got a conflict, you should sit together, discuss, and resolve the conflict. That's what we do. Only thing is, you discuss with them and decide which changes to keep, which changes to eliminate. That's the only difference. Got it, everyone? Understood? And yeah, we'll also see conflicts with other person. We'll see conflicts on remote as well. Okay. Once we start our remote, we'll see conflicts on remote. But the concept, everything is same, except you have to talk to the other one. So that's about branching, merging without conflict and with conflict.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. So right now, the file in the master branch has two lines, and in the B1 it has one line, right?
Mm.
So if we merge this B1 to master, conflict, right?
If you merge B1 to master,
there will be a conflict, right?
now you
Okay, so now, so that, I mean, in master, there are two lines.
mm,
In B1, there is one line.
mm,
Now, if I want to merge this B1 to master,
mm.
what will happen? Conflict will happen, right?
You have to decide that with the commit history by
Yeah, yeah.
commit history. Meaning
Okay.
here this is the log of master. Check the log of um, B1. Sorry, B1. Okay, not only this way, you have to check it in the other way. Let me tell you. On which branch we are on B1. It's about a file 4, right? Git log. You can check the log of a particular file. Okay, this is the commit ID you have on B1. Let's go to master. Okay, now log of this. So you have 3 commit IDs. So obviously here source is missing some commits, right? Source is having this commit ID. Source is missing the other commits. Source is missing these commits which are on there on destination. Definitely you'll get a conflict.
Okay, so after getting conflict, it is my decision or my choice if I want to keep the fourth file with two lines or one line,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, thank
May I know your name? I'm seeing the name as R.
you. It's Rajiv.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, we were talking about branching, merging without conflict, merging with conflict, right? Without conflict means automatic merge or else a fast forward merge, auto merge. Okay, with the conflict means you have to fix the conflict and you have to resolve the conflict and make a commit. So that's about branching and merging with and without conflict. So learn this concept thoroughly, do the hands-on thoroughly. Like you have, see, you are asking me something like, what if now I commit and all, right? Whatever scenarios you have in your mind, also do some experiments, practice them. Okay, that's how you learn better. First, do whatever we did in the class, then try your own scenarios, try experiment them. Okay, any questions you can post your queries in the group. Today I'll create the WhatsApp group. Okay, and you can post any queries there so that others can also respond and you can interact better. So yeah, this is what is merging. There is something else called rebase, an interesting part which is related to merge. We'll take up rebase in the next class. Today we shall talk about one more concept called stash, another advanced concept in Git called stash. Let's talk about this stash. So what is stash here? Stash is nothing but whatever changes in your working directory, that too unstaged changes. Your working directory may have untracked or unstaged changes, right? I'm talking about unstaged changes. Any unstaged changes in the working directory, if you want to put them on hold, you can move them to temporary shells, which is called stash. Unstaged changes in your working directory can be moved to temporary shells for some time to keep them on hold, which is called stash. And you can get them back to your working directory, which is called unstash. But why do you want to keep them on hold, isn't it? Let's take up a simple scenario. Suppose you are making some changes. Okay, you are in the working directory. You are making some changes for requirement, some for requirement. Okay, you made changes to file 1, file 2. They were still, work is still going on. It's incomplete or it's not, like it's still in progress. Meanwhile, there came a priority task from my manager. I need to immediately commit and move this changes on file 3 to remote. So yes, we can add commit this file. Okay, we can move this to remote. But always whenever doing this, Git will prompt me to add and commit this file 1 and file 2, isn't it? It just keep on saying it. We can ignore it, but it's always good practice to keep your repository clean. Whenever you do status, it shows clean, right? To keep the repository clean when you are committing, when you are merging, or when you are pushing your changes to remote, always the best practice is to keep your repository clean. But it will keep on, but in this case, if this is the case, it will just keep on prompting me about these files. I cannot add those changes. I cannot commit them because they are incomplete or they are halfway through. At the same time, I cannot discard them. Like I said, it's a halfway done. So what should I do? I want to put those unstaged changes because I can't stage them and commit them onto some temporary virtual shelves. That's called stash. Later on, whenever you want to get those changes, you can unstash. There are multiple ways of doing the stash and unstash. Yeah. So let's see how to do the stash and unstash. So let us do this. Once we do the hands-on, it will be more clear. So you can do the stash on any branch. Anyway, we are on master branch. Let me check if I have 4 files and everything is good. Okay. Let's suppose now on file 1, I'm making some changes. Okay, let's say work in progress. It's still work is going on. Similar, you can have any number of files. You can modify any number of them. Okay, so what would be the status message showing us in this case? Yes, changes not staged, right? Means it's having unstaged changes. Changes not staged. It's having unstaged changes. Say it's asking me to add. I don't want to add them and commit them. So if I have to commit other changes, if I have to push them, I just want to keep my repository clean. I don't want to discard them. Okay, I don't want to add them. So what should I do? Simply git stash. Just run git stash. Okay, see? Second line is gone from second file. This line is gone from the first file. So do you mean that those changes are gone? See here it says saved the working directory. Work is in progress. Meaning if you do git stash list, they were moved to temporary shelves. See, every stash will create the stash number. If you want to see what changes were stashed, git shows stash number. See, it shows clearly file 1 is stashed, file 1 this line is stashed, file 2 this line is stashed. Right? It was clearly showing you. Okay, fine. Like I said, every stash will create a stash number. Check the status. Because they were moved away, repository is clean. I can attend my other priority tasks. I can do merge or whatever other priority tasks I can attend. Right? So this is how stash works. So what if I want to get the changes back? How do you unstash? Git stash pop stash number. Right? What is the stash pop? Stash pop is nothing but to unstash. Means it brings the changes from working directory. Sorry, it brings the changes back from temporary shells to working directory and also delete the changes in the working directory. And delete the changes from temporary shells. I'm repeating, it will bring the changes back from temporary shells to working directory, and it will also will not keep a copy on temporary shells. It will discard from temporary shells also. What is meant by that? See, it brought the changes back. Here you can see dropped the stash. Dropped the stash means deleted the stash from temporary shells. First, let's see if they were back or not. Yes, they were back to working directory. Let's say it was deleted from temporary shelf or not. When you see the list, it's not there. Means, yes, it has deleted from the temporary shelves. Got it right, everyone? Understood? stash and unstash. There are again multiple ways to stash and unstash. Shall we see another way? See again,
Yes.
my repository is having unstaged changes. Okay, I want to stash them again. I'm stashing them again. Perfect. Repository becomes clean. So it should have moved to temporary shelves, git stash list. Yes. Okay. Now you want to get the changes back. How to unstash? Git stash pop. Another way is git stash apply. What is the stash apply? This also will unstash, means it will also bring changes to temporary shells, but it will not remove them. Sorry, it will bring back the changes to working directory, but it will not remove them from the temporary shells. See, earlier you have seen something like a dropped, but now you are not seeing the drop message, meaning changes are back, but it will also keep a copy on the temporary shells as it is. Do you see that? Understood the difference, first of all, between stash pop and stash apply?
Yes. Yes.
Right? So why do you need this? When should you go for apply? When should you go for pop? See, you can go for stash apply so that it keep a copy on temporary shells. Later on, if you want to continue this incomplete work on some other branch, you could stash there. Means the stash is repository level, not a branch level. So if you keep a copy there, I could go to some other branch, a temporary branch. I could stash there and continue. I mean, I could unstash there and continue the incomplete work. Understood? So if you want to work that way, you can keep a copy on the temporary shell so that you can unstash on any other branches and continue the incomplete work there. So that's the importance of it. But later on, let's suppose I just want to clear this. Git stash drop that stash number. Means without later on, if you want to delete this, you can also do that. Now there is nothing on temporary shells. Okay, that's a different way to unstash. Right? Stash pop and stash apply. Any questions in this part from anyone? Okay, now let's say, let's suppose I just want to stash here. Okay, again I'm stashing. But whenever you stash, if you notice, everything, suppose you have two files were being stashed. If you have one file, that file will be stashed, right? Whatever changes you have, all of them are getting stashed. But let's suppose I just want only one file to be stashed, right? That's called partial stashing or stash a specific file. Stash minus. It will prompt us on every file. Like, see, file 1, do you want to stash? Yes. File 2, do you want to stash? No. Means only one file will be stashed. Check the status. See, file 2 is not stashed. Means you can stash separately. Git stash list. If you see git show the stash number, okay, only one file is stashed. Later on, if you want to stash, yes, you can have multiple stashes. Git stash now, because there is only one file, it could be stashed. Okay, check the status, should be clean now. And the stash list, there should be two stashes. Whichever you want to unstash, you could unstash that. Understood? Or else you don't want to unstash. Just delete it, okay, from the temporary shells. Git stash drop that particular stash number. If you want to delete everything, stash clear. Everything will be gone. Right? These are the different ways to stash and unstash. Let me show you. See here. Stash is from here. Yeah. So this is about stash. Means move the changes from working directory to temporary shells. Right? Then stash list will show all the stashes available. Then show, okay, show command will show what changes for stash. Then stash apply. What stash apply will do? Unstash. Unstash means bring the changes from temporary shells to working directory plus don't delete from temporary shells. Right? Whereas stash pop, where is stash pop? It's okay. So stash pop, what it will do, this will also unstash, right? Unstash means bring the changes from temporary shells plus delete from temporary shells, right? And drop will delete a specific stash, only that stash. This is used to delete a specific stash. Okay, stash drop, and then partial stash. This is partial stash or called stash in a specific file. If you want to stash only specific changes. Okay. Stash clear, what it will do, it will delete all the stashes from temporary shells. Delete all stashes from temporary shells. Any command missing? Just go through them and let me know if you have a question on any command. Any questions? Is that clear? Stash will move the changes from working directory to temporary shells. Unstash is vice versa. How do you unstash? There are two ways. Stash pop, stash apply. Stash pop will
Hello.
unstash and also delete from temporary shells. Whereas
Hello.
stash up. Yes, tell me please.
For a particular file, how to
You don't pop,
pop
you don't unstash particular files. Okay, you whatever is stashed, stash number will be there, right? So that you have to unstash, you have to pop that particular stash number this way. See, if you have stashed a particular file, means stash number will have only that particular stashed changes, right? So when you pop or apply, use that stash number.
Okay, okay, sure.
Whenever you do a particular file stashing, definitely a particular stash number will be created for each stash. If you are suppose stashing file 1 separately, stash 0 created, file 2 separately, stash 1 created. So you pop or apply only that stash number. Any more questions? Okay, let me ask you a question here. What is some of the people, some people may have confusions like if you don't want any changes, we can ignore, git ignore. What is the difference between git ignore and stash? Were they same? What is the difference between git ignore and stashing? Stashing is also whenever unstable changes we are moving. Tell me please.
Git ignore is the file. Uh,
I think whatever files we add to dot get ignore will not be included. I mean, will not be added to the local repository, right?
Yeah,
I mean, you can't stage it, you can't commit it. They'll be completely ignored.
exactly. Yeah, see, if you ignore means that file will be completely ignored. It will not track that file at all. But here, file 1, file 2 are still being tracked. Only certain unstaged changes we are keeping away. Understood? Only those unstaged changes, I just put that away. Got it, everyone? So that's about stashing and unstashing, right? These are the advanced concepts like stashing, merging, resolving the conflicts, and all. We have one more far advanced concept called rebase. We shall take up that tomorrow. Do hands-on till this part, and we shall continue from here tomorrow. And please make sure to do the hands-on. Okay, don't ignore the hands-on, which is very important. And one more thing is, every day you can join from here. Okay, you don't need to enter your username and password. I mean name and email ID every day. You could join from here. Today there was a bit confusion because I posted this before the class, so I'm just showing you this beforehand. You join by clicking this link, and the password will be same until I message you. I'm going to create a group, so if any changes in the password, I'll post them in the group. Until then, use the same password. You can directly join from this link. Okay, if any new join is there, will join from here, but you can join from here from today. You don't need to put your data every day. Okay.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yep.
Yeah, yesterday you told Visual Studio installation.
Mm.
It is asking installation.
It's asking installation.
Yesterday you told just to download and click on use it.
Mm.
You said.
Mm.
But here it is asking installation.
So when you
Just I
double
download
click,
and
it is asking.
what?
No, when you double click the downloaded one, is it asking to install?
Yeah, yeah.
Is it? I don't think so. Anyway, just you continue and see. Have you installed it?
No, no. Till
Just
now I
try.
did not.
Okay, just try giving double click and see. Because it depends on the OS as well. You can download directly the application, or else maybe it might have downloaded the executable. Just double click, hit
Now
on.
it is extracting the files. Yeah, installing now.
Okay, all right. Sometimes what happens, the executable might have been downloaded. Generally, you will also have an application directly downloaded. Anything is fine. All right then. Yeah, see you on tomorrow. Bye everyone. Have a great day.